Hi everyone, number one Marmaduke fan here. A while ago I remember Zach trying to do some kind of roast where he hadn't read the comic before and he was trying to live react to it, and it was one of his most cringy vids because he was clearly trying to read and absorb what was in front of him as he was going on the fly. Well, today I'm doing a bit. I have not read Not Brand Ecch, but I have looked carefully at non-brand Ecch, looking at the art, and this can prove one of my theses without me even having to read the words. I know it can prove my thesis. If I go back and then read the words, and this is a cringy pile of garbage because of the script, the art on its own two merits will prove my point that there's something inherently unfunny about the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. By the way, no feminists or SJWs or cringe lovers have claimed the digital code for this yet. So whatever you do, do not like, comment, subscribe, or share this video, because we don't want anyone to know that I'm offering the digital code for the unbeatable Squirrel Girl to whoever wants it until the day before the digital code expires. And you don't want to expose anyone to this comic, do you? That's right. So today, the unbeatable Squirrel Girl will be functioning. I'm going to be putting it to use since it's going to be sitting in my collection for about a year to see if anyone claims that digital code. So today we're putting it to use as a bookmark for Not Brand Ecch so that I can come back to the recap page and remind myself of the names of the artists who did each bit. So first is Secret Empire Abridged by Scott Koblish, but I haven't read the words. Here we go, guys. You ready? All right. So I'm not going to be a fake geek guy. I have not read any Not Brand Ecch. I have a feeling that it's kind of spoofing Mad Magazine when Mad Magazine was a big thing. I tried to read some like late 90s Mad Magazine and I didn't dig it. It was kind of cringy. It was kind of, tee-hee pop culture humor. But there was an age where Mad Magazine was actually a real significant part of our culture, and it shaped a whole generation of people, the generation that came before me. So that, even though I haven't read Not Brand Ecch, I have an idea, a picture in my head of Mad Magazine, and the art of this book is connecting to that tradition, and Squirrel Girl isn't. You can't just have wacky humor. You have to have funny drawing if you're going to do humor in a book. Over and over again in Squirrel Girl, I even praised some of the artists and thought this looks like good professional children's book art. It's cute, but it's not funny drawing. And the script was disharmonious with the art. Okay, so let's look at this. Goofy Captain America. Goofy Captain America making an evil face. Goofy Captain America making a wide, smug expression. Goofy Captain America freaking out. Goofy Captain America pursing his lips. Goofy Captain Marvel with kind of a big wog anime face and smacking against the glass. Goofy Captain America with bug eyes, flexing his muscles and beating some people up. I'm going to skip a couple of these pages, but this is it's not a very beautiful style, but it's a funny, goofy style. The art is communicating funny and goofy. Goofy Captain America arm wrestling another Goofy Captain America, and he's jutting his chin out, and he's got a teeny tiny little forearm and a big giant bicep. It's goofy, funny drawing. I can tell that without reading the script. All right, now the artist doing the Forbush man one-page comics. This I really dig. This feels like let's get the artist name for this one. Thank you, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, for being our bookmark today. Okay, Jay Foskett. Look at that. It's the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl is so pathetic it can't even do its job of being a bookmark right. Okay, but Jay Foskett, without me reading the script, I know that this is going to be at least tolerable. This is going to be at least fun, even if the script is cringy and beating the same joke to death. Look at how Foskett is doing this. Okay, express it. So on the front, I guess this cover's kind of trash because, it's dabbing. And the second that dabbing became a thing, the only reason dabbing became funny is it's cheesy and goofy to dab. It's like, it instantly became bell bottoms. So by referencing dabbing on the front, it's not cool, haha. It's like cringy, haha. But they seem to be doing a little bit about Frank Cho's Spider-Gwen saying outrage here. So, there's a little political incorrectness to this. You need the humor. it's hard to do humor if you're not willing to be politically incorrect, because Puritan humor isn't that funny, whether the Puritans we're talking about are the religious right of the 1980s or the progressive left of the 2010s, right? All right. So, in this, the pot isn't like a solid geometric pot. It's a wavy, wobbly line that almost connotes a duck bill. And it's the suggestion that this pot is beat up and dented in is suggested by the bend and curve of the line. And he's got big, cartoony Mickey Mouse hands and Mickey Mouse feet. And look at the action line. Leaning back, walking forward. He's got a little teacher's thing pointing upward. Look, I know what this gag is without reading a bit of text. He's doing some kind of bit about diversity in comics and replacement theory. Will it be cringy? Who knows? But the big, strong, goofy-looking Iron Man, cute, sexy-looking Riri? What? Kind of lantern-jawed, funny-looking Thor, cute and sweet-looking Lady Thor? What? Everyone looks good. A lot of people who aren't Natasha Bustos can't seem to draw Moon Girl and make her look right, or capture sort of Devil Dinosaur's, Clifford the Big Red Dog vibe. But we're getting that. Devil Dinosaur is a cute big dog, and Moon Girl's kind of a spunky little kid who she runs hot and cold. When she's angry, she gets really angry. When she's sad, she cries. She gets emotional, and that's coming through in this character. He's doing a little bow and leaning forward. Look at that point. That's Mickey Mouse. That's Sonic the Hedgehog. That's the little cartoon character, getting punchy and being smart alecky body language. I don't have to read this. I know this is better than Squirrel Girl already. Okay, now we're doing like a little anime weeby chibi thing, right? Okay, here's Spider-Man and a Sailor Moon knockoff. And even though it's like faux manga, right, and I've made fun of that, this seems okay because they're doing a bit about faux manga and cutesiness, and these characters have that sort of cute charm to them. It's not like imitating down to, every brush stroke what, what you might see, I don't know, in, what was it? That Rock Lee spin-off series they did where everybody was kind of a chibi. I don't know, there's an art to chibi drawing that I don't know much about. I can just kind of tell the difference between like a legit Japanese chibi artist and, someone on DeviantArt trying to imitate that style. So this is kind of like Americanized chibi art, but it reads as cute. It reads as fun. Simple expressions. Grumpy, cheerful, surprised, fearful, angry, a little doofy one in the background with a hyper simplified expression. Fear. Okay, it's cutesy. Body language, leaning back, one eyebrow raised, grumpy. You got a kind of a goofy booty. I don't know, spider sense tingling. All right, I know this is. I don't know if I'll laugh when I read this later, but look, a little smile. The drawing is communicating to me, tee-hee, this is funny, all right? Now back to this great stuff. All right, I want to learn this artist's name because I cannot believe how much I'm digging this. Jay Foskett. All right, so the Katie Cook was kind of the chibi artist, and Jay Foskett was the one that really impressed me with just how expressive all this was. Simple little motion lines showing us where he's been. You don't just have people floating in space with nothing behind them. You show where they've been so we can imagine their movement up and forward. I don't know what the script is doing, but that's a funny picture. A goofy turkey, a goofy North American bison in a Mary Jane wig, Spider Pig, and he's just standing on a ladder with his big bug cartoon eyes explaining this all? Yeah. All right, Guri Hiru. Ironically, I don't think I'll talk too much about Guri Hiru since I've talked about them in other videos, but, sexy, fun. They already draw her as a funny cartoon character, so they can make that work. And I can tell without reading a word of this what the vibe's going to be. This is going to be about Gwenpool combining with tons of other Marvel characters, making fun of the Marvel tendency of combining a bunch of characters for a cash grab. And look at this. I haven't read a word of this, but I can already tell they're building up the gag towards a climax. And this is the only word I read because this giant pink label is so eye-catching, and then I look at it and I see that it's a bunch of Marvel names combined, but they've taken the time to actually combine them in sort of that Brangelina style where the letters actually fit together, even though it's not that realistic that many people are going to take the time to try to read this. If you take the time to try to read this, it actually sounds right to the ear. They are showing love and attention to detail in their building of the gag. Look at that. Gurihiru gets silliness. Gurihiru gets humor. This drawing evokes the idea of you should have a laugh while you read this. It's fun. And then we get some kind of, I don't know, Deadpool being a director, and then he shows a serious scene, and he's going to show like a little kitty drawing. I mean, the style contrast does show up, that this is a bit more polished and realistic, and this is a little bit more goofy and cartoony, but they're a little inconsistent. So this is a bit more of kind of like a funny webcomic style of drawing, and then this is stick figures. So does Deadpool kind of have that, I don't know, sort of like generic webcomic drawing style where he actually can kind of draw, you know, bodies and torsos and body language, or does he have like a little kid's drawing style where he draws stick figures? That drawing of him from the movie where he's, you know, jumping in, yelling bang bang on a sheet of notebook paper, that went viral because it felt like kind of a authentic, goofy, he can't draw, but it's still kind of a funny picture, right? And this is a bit more of that idea. This is a little bit more polished. So, but you know, I respect him for trying. And this isn't particularly funny. This is a little bit more artsy, you know, cute looking, nice looking. It looks like a nice little illustration style. But you know, there's an inherent charm to kids' drawings, and you know, kids' drawings are often hilarious. That's why they go viral so much. Is kids just have this sort of raw, immediate sense of humor where they may not get the storytelling conventions or how a story is supposed to be told. Therefore, it goes now. Go read Axe Cop sometime. That changed the way I thought of children's stories a lot and looked at the stories kid told. I started getting a lot more. I started paying attention to kid stories more after I read Axe Cop because, oh, that's such a funny comic. I laughed out loud multiple times while reading Axe Cop because it commits to the bit of let's take a 5-year-old's goofy, you know, superhero story and let's draw it in sort of a semi-professional superhero over-the-top action style. But even who is it? Ethan and Malachi Nicole. Those are the brothers who write it. And Ethan Nicole is the older brother artist. Even though he has that kind of, you know, grungy over-the-top action style, he still has some fun cartooniness to his style that lends itself to the tone of his little brother's silly over-the-top superhero adventures. Highest recommendation for Axe Cop. Go read that. All right, back to Four Bush Man. I want to skip a little bit more, but look at that. There's that great pot. It's almost evoking a duck bill, like Donald Duck. When he points at something, he puts his whole body into it. There's a strong motion line. Oh, yes. This is great. Wunderbar. Oh, look who it is. Squirrel Girl standing ramrod straight, gesturing behind her. Squirrel Girl standing ramrod straight, lifting her hand up to her glasses. Fin Fang Foom and a squirrel monster. Fin Fang Foom and a squirrel monster. Fin Fang Foom and a squirrel monster. Kissing. Fin Fang Foom and a... Man, I didn't pay attention to this. Is there a thing with Erica Henderson and creepy interspecies makeout sections in book for kids? And oh, it's goofy Ultron, and a woman in the back standing ramrod straight, and two Ultrons sitting at a laptop computer. Energy, expressiveness, aliveness, a living thing, even in cartoon form, alive, stiff, lifeless, weak, unfunny. I know I'm going to cringe. I did it again. All right, I'm turning on the lights. The least professional Marmaduke-themed channel on YouTube. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know what's going on, but that is... Look at those giant arms. Look at that little expression. He's got giant cartoon guns. This is going to be funny. Maybe it's going to be funny. Maybe this script's cringy, but look at that. Yes. Good stuff. Marvel Comics can do good stuff. Oh my gosh, a little quizzical expression. What's going on? He's blown up. Oh my gosh, this looks funny. These are funny pictures. They used to call these things funny picture books. Put funny pictures in your book. All right, and then just some like kind of goofy, expressions. This doesn't stand as well compared to what I've seen before. Like this is the tough act to follow. Gurihiru, and man, I'm gonna make this one of my boys now. Jay Foskett, Jay Foskett, Jay Foskett, Jay Foskett. This is one of my boys. I don't know who this is or where they came from, but Jay gets it. Jay gets what makes a funny cartoon character alive and be fun. This is a little, they're cartoony. They're in that kind of weird, uncanny valley of, oh, is this a realistic, serious toned thing? I guess there's some expression here. So this is a bit more of a mixed bag. It's not as stiff and lifeless as. All right. So later I will read this comic and I will let you know if the script fails to live up to the general tone of the art of this. I love you guys, and remember, whatever you do, do not, let's not do the zoom in yet. Do not like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos, because I don't know about you, but I don't want any poor little boys having their parents give them that free digital code of the Squirrel Girl number 26 zine issue to deprogram from patriarchy. And if you like, share, subscribe any of my videos, man, one of those woke millennial parents, they might just take me up on that offer to get the free digital code and give that to their little youngster. So whatever you do, go watch someone else, go subscribe to someone else, but please, oh please, don't let anyone know that I'm offering the free digital code to the very first person who asks for it until the digital code expires. I'm #1 Marmaduke fan. Thanks for watching. I can't even zoom in right.